Ignorance is not bliss as a woman. The term ignorance is bliss means if you do not know about something, you do not worry about it. In that case, ignorance is not bliss when you are a woman. Being a woman is an extremely powerful, influential, inspiring, and selfless role. We underestimate our role as traditional women because we have been indoctrinated long and hard to see our role as a place of weakness. We are taught that to be appreciated, we have to be strong and flamboyant. So we identify the physically stronger individuals, men, and we say to ourselves that in order to be strong and get what we want in life and to be successful, we need to be as strong and as ruthless as men. Because that's how we perceive they become influential and successful. In this generation, the indoctrination has been so strong that even the most upright women have given into this deception. I was raised and lived in ignorance about these simple truths for a long time. Eventually, I got married and I took these lies with me. The fleeting feelings I was taught to embrace catapulted me into a life of distrust, ungratefulness, and diverse ways of manipulating my partner for any kind of happiness I could get. I listened to my family members talk negatively about my decision to get married. They made it seem like having children was a life sentence without parole. They discussed motherhood with disgust as if it were a burden, and everyone else's opinions became my own, and everyone else's experiences became my own. These ideologies that we are buying into today are tearing families apart. We are beginning to see being single and promiscuous, selfish and masculine as a great and satisfying way of life. The days have come when people will be saying, "Blessed are the breasts that give no suck." I've been married for 5 years now. After many arguments and many nights going to God frustrated and tired, after 4 years of going through a process of being sanctified from society's extensive programming, I can see now how detrimental abandoning our role as a traditional woman is. Please open your minds and your hearts and try to understand, ladies. We have strong armed men into keeping their opinions of our behavior to themselves because of our pride. We have, as a whole, become so weak that we cannot hear any kind of rebuke. Society has made us abominable, and the fabric of humanity is falling apart because of us. The minute we were convinced in our minds that being feminine wasn't good enough, and we started to covet the role of men, the devil got an open door to our families and our children. If there is no mom at home, then the next generation is more frail than the last one. This was the first lie, that coveting a man's role would liberate us. And liberate it did. It liberated us from ourselves, and we are made more miserable than before. The minute we were convinced that having feminine attributes, that expressing our emotions was weak, and we started to take on the hardness of men, the devil got into our relationships with others and our marriages. You see, Men were not hardwired to be married to or have encounters with women that have masculine demeanors. What we are witnessing in real time as a result of this is a rapid increase in same sex attraction as the women find men in other women, and men seeking the more feminine aura in other effeminate men. When a woman decides to act and engage in masculine behavior, it decreases the polarity of attraction between men and women. And though some men find it amusing to have a rough and dominating wife, his instinct is almost always to conquer her and move on. Society taught us that this behavior is sexy, but it's not cute at all. And we see the results clearly. Men hook up with women, conquer, and dump. A masculine woman attracts this dynamic. A promiscuous woman attracts this dynamic. A woman who is not confident or knows who she is also attracts this dynamic. A masculine woman is a woman void of genuine goodness and selflessness, as long as she is dwelling in that state of masculinity. Men generally have less empathy and connectivity than women, generally. That's why they fit the hero and knight in shining armor description. Those are emotionally difficult things to do, which involves killing others to come out on top. If if women adopt these attributes, we should expect to see a world where there is a breakdown of communication and a lack of natural affection toward each other, toward babies and children. This is coming to pass before our very eyes. Destroying the very nature of woman is destroying the nature of men everywhere. The devil has used us to get to men from the beginning of creation, and he has already done it again. Ladies, if at all you looked at the feminist movement as a whimsical display of women's rights, you are very mistaken. And although it was nice to have rights to jobs and to vote, which is something I don't really care about much anyway right now, what we are experiencing today is clearly something different and diabolical. This is so serious. I think apart from the peer pressure and societal norms, women are just afraid to be feminine, to be nurturing mothers and supportive and quiet wives, because those jobs are the most difficult. Those job descriptions require a lot of discipline and time. It is hard to go against the tide. It is difficult to forever serve others and give of your very essence constantly. It takes a strong woman to do it consistently. And strong women, as of today, are very, very rare. And if you put all of this into the spiritual lens, you would plainly see that as of today, heaven may only welcome 2% of women through its pearly gates. That's a lot to think about. Consider changing your trajectory, ladies. We don't have a lot of time left to fix much but our own relationships and hopefully influence a lot of others in the process of growing. Because in this time, ignorance is not blissful at all.